Hi everybody! So today we're going to talk about racing gates. So we are out here at my church out in Oodawal. So church right there. But the reason why I like this spot so much, why we use it so much for racing, is because we have this big, huge, amazing pavilion here with tables and electricity. Ooh. And no, it's just a great spot to come out and fly. I've been trying, I've kind of slacked off recently, doing some community races and just get-togethers with everyone in Chattanooga. So we've had 7 or so of those. So people come out, if they want to try racing or they want to try hitting some gates, they are more than welcome to. But they are also more than welcome to freestyle the big softball field, or they can do some ripping in the parking lot. And it's got some good little tree gaps in there as well for people to do. But yeah, we're going to talk about racing today. I know some of you guys might not be into that, but too bad, it's my channel. Suck it, get over it. But yeah, that's going to be it. Let's go ahead and get to it. So we have several different options nowadays. So first one that most people are probably going to want to go for is going to be maybe your cheapest option, is going to be just going through straight PVC gates. You can get any of this from your hardware store, so Ace, Lowe's, Home Depot. What I use is typically a 3/4 inch PVC, 3/4 inch PVC pipe. Now the reason I get 3/4 inch PVC is because, as you can see, I use pool noodles as highlighters, and also just kind of as a protective barrier for the quad and for the PVC, just to help increase their longevity and not break them down. So yeah, you can get these at any hardware store, pretty much local. Lowe's has them. I always get them at Lowe's. And you can get 10 feet for a little bit less than $3. I think it's $2.85 if I remember correctly. But yeah, that's that. So pretty cheap, inexpensive gate. The only thing about PVC is you have to have a way of standing it up. Now, what I personally choose is, what in my favorite method is to be using these tiki torches. You can buy these for $5 a piece. It's a little bit more expensive than I would like. I wish these were a little bit cheaper. $5 is a little bit heavy for just one little spike like this, but it actually makes things a lot easier. It's very convenient to use. So it's not that difficult to use. Basically, you have yourself a little spike, and then you have a little thing that you can screw into there. So you can tighten it up nice and tight, and that's going to stick in there pretty good. You can also use these as for just for flags as well. These things are pretty sturdy. Stand them straight up, and it's not really going to go anywhere. I've had a lot of quads hit flags and hit gates, and these things actually work really, really well because of the way they're designed. You have this little 90-degree angle in there, and that keeps them pretty sturdy in the ground. So $10 for a pair of 2. What I also like is you can stack them inside each other and store them pretty easily. But this is my go-to method. Other things that you can do, what I've done is I've bought wooden poles from Ace Hardware or any other place that you can get, and these are a little bit cheaper, but they're not as sturdy. Also, what you will have to do is sharpen them down a little bit, file them down just so they go in the dirt a little bit better, because they're just flat and they don't go in the ground as easily. Other things that a lot of bigger chapters do for racing is they get holy crap, rebar. Some smaller, maybe 1/4 inch rebar, maybe a little bit 1/2 inch. I don't really know what they use because I don't use that. I got lucky, and I found these in our little storage closet in our garage. People who lived there just had a whole bunch of these square metal piping in there, and I've come across these. These actually work really well. They're pretty tall, and they're able to hammer into the dirt easily. Oh, also one more thing with the tiki torch. If you're gonna go with this option, you might want a rubber mallet as well, just to hammer them in. I also have a metal mallet, which I use for the square piping. This one is 3 pounds, and this is, I think, maybe just 1 pound. But I use the rubber mallet for the tiki torches because this thing, the heavy-duty hammer, will absolutely destroy these tiki torches. So that's that. Other option, the most convenient, I think, would be these pop-up gates. I bought these guys. These are, I don't know how you pronounce that, Greco pop-up gates. I got these on Amazon a while back for $50 for a pair, which is not that bad of a price. And I like them, but they don't make them that much anymore, pretty much. So when you buy them, they come in a big box paired up. You don't have to build them or anything like that. They come in a big, huge yellow carrying pouch, which I don't use anymore just for convenience. It's a pain in the butt to use, so I just threw those away. But they do come in pairs. They are okay. They come with these plastic camping spikes. Oops, sorry there. Come with these plastic camping spikes that aren't too bad. The older versions came with these thicker ones. The newer versions now come with smaller ones that I'm not really that big of a fan of because they're pretty flimsy and they have broken the tips off before. So not that big of a deal. But yeah, these guys are pretty simple to close. You just grab these two little here and just push and twist. And then it makes a little teardrop that works well. And then to open it, you just pop that sucker up and it works all right. Now, the only thing about this is these are smaller, obviously, than your typical 5x5 square gates that multi-GP uses. And so it's not, well, if you look at it here, that's why I set it up. You have the comparison here. It's a little bit narrower than a 5x5, but it's also a lot shorter. So you have all this space right here that you're not going to be utilizing. So that's that. The only thing also about these particular gates, they're also kind of fragile. This material here, as you can see, it doesn't take too much of a hit for those to get worn down. But I still like them as well because you're able to conveniently, I have 6 of them myself, and they're pretty easy to just pop open, and you can just run around, make up your own field, throw them around wherever you want. We did that one day, just pop them open, throw them around, make your own track, and have fun with it. And they're just easily transportable, so you can pick them up and make a new track as well. Pretty simple there. The other new option that's come out is going to be, so it's going to be from practicegate.com. So they have their new gates that they come out. They're what is it? What color is that? Orange and white. My only gripe about them is, well, they come in a small little bag, so they expect you to build them every time and rebuild them. So unfortunately, this morning when I checked, because I keep them kind of stored teardrop like the other gates, I had incidentally broken the little pole here. So that's an unfortunate. I don't like that. These are pretty breakable, I guess. They're pretty fragile compared to these other ones. These guys have been folded up for as long as I can remember, as long as I've had them for over 6 months, and it's just not good that these have already broken. So I don't know, that might be a reason why they're a little bit cheaper. Maybe the poles are different and they're just a little bit weaker. And they are also smaller than the yellow gates, even so much, maybe 8 or so inches. So it's a little bit shorter, something that I'm not a particular fan of. So 15 bucks if you want to risk it, and you have to take them out and apart and put them back together again every time you practice. That's kind of annoying. But if you want to risk it as well and just keep it stored like I do with the teardrop method, that might work as well for you. But unfortunately for me, I don't think I'll be buying those again just because I might again, I don't know, but I'm not the biggest fan of those. Let's see, what else can I talk about? Other options that you could do if you wanted to is you could get PEX tubing. So that's PEX. You get these as lows as well. These are just water pipes as well for hot and cold water, but they're a little bit cheaper and they are a lot more flimsy. So if you're into that arc gate as well, we've also used 4 of these for a dive gate recently, or in the past during the winter. We made a dive gate out of them. Just get 4 of them, and they make a pretty good circle as well. So if you want to do a dive gate or something like that, you are able to do that as well. The only thing about this, and there might be different connectors, but I don't know. These ones right here have these little metal connectors that just kind of fit in like that, but they are not very sturdy. So if you start to bend it into an arch like this, you'll see it kind of flexes like that. So you might have to cover it with duct tape or something like that, or just some other clasp, just to make sure these stay sturdy, because they will not stay together on their own. But that's basically it. We'll do some flight footage as well, so you can see what everything looks like, how it looks. Oh, other things that I wanted to mention. If you're going, So if you're going to go the PVC route, I do recommend you getting these 4-way connectors, these PVC connectors. The reason I recommend this instead of just a normal 90-degree or a 3-way is because this one allows you to build up different things, such as, so you have your basic gate that you can set up, but you can also do fun boxes, things like that that require a lot more space, so you can connect them and just build up. So we've done a tower 3 high before, and that makes that a little bit easier. So I do recommend these. I'm unable to find these at Lowe's. I had to buy them online. So this is these 4-way 3/4 inch PVC connectors. But yeah, they seem to stick on all right. They're not too bad. Sometimes you might have to use a little bit of duct tape to get them together, but oh well, it works that way as well. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today.